4:59. Let's go. All right, start off with pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. Reviewing minutes from the March 16th meeting. Motion on those minutes?
I motion to accept the minutes as is.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? There are none. All in favor? So move down to correspondence. We got a letter from Monica, which you guys had in your packet.
Who was the second? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Seconded
Which,
it.
which Jim?
Me.
Okay, thank you.
JJ. So Monica was going down memory lane there, talking about 72 through 74. Wow. That's crazy. That was a few years ago, huh? And talking about benches again, which we kind of hit on at our last meeting. So I can reach out to her. Obviously, I see her down the parking lot there every now and then and just kind of let her know what we were talking about at our last meeting, kind of doing a wall or remembrance wall or something. Not that that's been put into motion, but that's kind of the direction we were heading in, I think.
So she doesn't want to just to put, she wants benches that will have names on them.
I think so for the kids
Oh, okay.
that took part in
I
that
see.
fundraising
Gotcha.
back in
Okay.
72 through 74, yeah.
Oh,
I know she doesn't want it.
So, yeah, I'll kind of tell her where we're coming from and that she's on the list.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's still a great way to do it, and maybe we
Yep.
can do a little bit bigger one, or they can have more than, one, or however that looks.
Right, exactly.
Maybe it'll just be better.
Perfect. Down to permits, we're gonna start off with the Bike-a-roo.
That's so clever how they changed it. I think that's funny.
I hate to take credit for it, but that was one of mine.
That was good too.
You know,
Like, it's awesome.
I sensed it.
Like, it just didn't make sense, and the first year, after we realized the order was,
Yeah.
was not right.
Yeah.
They didn't want to change it because everybody's used to it, I'm like, what, really?
No, I think this is like a resurgence now.
There
It's
you
a
go.
new name,
There you go.
Yeah,
All
it sounds
right.
good too.
It does.
So, Traffic, Fire and Police, everybody signed off. No
So,
issues that they had. I didn't see.
Bike-a-roo. I know you're.
So this coming up on the 28th of May. Entertain any motions on that permit?
To approve the permit.
All right, got a motion and I'll second it. Does anybody have any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? So moved. All right. Next down is the July 3rd festival.
Wow. How are we there?
Yeah, I know, right? Because you know what comes after that. Goes fast.
Back to school festival.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so
Being
same
very
thing there. Same thing, police and fire, everybody signed off. There, no issues there. Entertain a motion on the permit for July 3rd.
I motion July 3rd.
All right,
permit as written.
motion, I'll second it. Any, right here, I get a certificate, pending park commission and certificate. Okay, so they're getting a certificate of liability then, I'm
Correct.
assuming, yeah, and the other one was too. Get a motion, a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? All right, so moved. Boosters Blueberry Festival.
It is back in the park. Did they just move it back in the park last year? It must have been. Because if it
Um,
was
It's
in
been
the
a couple of
church.
years.
It
wasn't
was
it?
over at the inn for a while and then
Yeah.
yeah, maybe the church, it did bounce around.
Okay.
But yeah, was it at the park?
I thought it was
last
at the
year?
park
don't know.
last year.
It
'cause
was.
Yes,
remember it
I
was
think it
raining.
just started getting back in there, right?
Highway code equipment, insurance, yeah, as well. Okay, entertain a motion on the Blueberry Festival permit.
I motion to accept the permit as written.
All right, I'll second it. Any other discussion? Excuse me, hearing none, all in favor? All right, so moved. Down to Bailey Wedding.
This one I'm a little like. I looked at this a little bit over.
Pending park permission. Short wedding ceremony, pictures to follow.
It looks like, did it already go to the select board?
This, yeah, we did. Actually, I think all three of these have been there already pending your approval,
Okay,
just as I was.
Yeah. I think
I
that
mean,
should be
it was-
interesting, yeah.
You can still use the, I mean, people are still gonna be down there putting their boats in. It's not like they can.
No, exactly, yeah, they just.
So
want
that's
the-
the biggest thing I wanted to make sure, like, we're not like stopping the, so the one thing that was this, the writing here that, that they suggested that they were gonna provide them a coned off area for guest parking, is that what came out of the select board?
No,
or-
that actually came out prior to going to the board of selectmen.
Okay.
Good question. This came to me, Tracy and I talked about it, and I said, what about instead of having police and parks there, you know, handling the parking, which I'm not in favor of?
Yeah.
Can we cordon off a section for them to park, tone it off? They were fine with it, and the board was fine with it, so
All right,
that's
Yeah.
the result there.
all right, so entertain a motion on the wedding.
Sorry, I
permit.
have one more question.
Oh,
Will
sure.
like the town make that area for them?
We'll cone it off.
We'll come, okay.
Decide
Yeah.
like where the best
There
area
is,
is.
yeah, okay. I didn't know if they
Keeping
were,
in mind that the park will remain open to the general public
Yeah.
while this is happening.
cool,
All
okay.
right, perfect.
I think that would be my, would have been my biggest thing, but if it's gonna be open still, but.
I just need to, I love weddings, so I'll have to go down.
There you go.
Right, some
Okay.
nuptials. Right,
Entertain a motion on the wedding permit.
I motion to accept the permit as written.
All right,
I'll say.
Jim's gonna second, he's throwing his hat in the ring.
there we go.
Motion is second.
It's so good.
Any other
I know,
discussion?
Jim is just like, so, and I'm like, trying to type in, but wait, I
Sorry.
have a motion,
I'm on
but
a roll
I
tonight.
do are.
That's it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? So moved.
Are they gonna, is this like a rain or shine event? Sorry, I wonder.
Let's see, it's a wedding.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're probably
Yeah.
gonna get married rain or shine, but I mean, are they gonna be there? Like, or if they can't do it that day, are they gonna ask to do it a different day? That's all, which I guess would be my.
They
just my
haven't
thought. Okay,
asked to do that, and they.
curious.
They know something we know.
I might be. No worries, I just came to me just now.
All right, so let's see, new business. The rules and regulations. Is that what? Yeah, is that what Keith handed out before he left and kind of one of the things that he went over
I'm
with
not
us?
sure, so the rules and regs are what we use administratively to kind of guide use of the park. And to give the commission a little background, I've brought this to you because of the item after this, the pathway lighting. I had a call about it last week, and I said I'll look into that.
All right,
And not to get out of sequence on the agenda, but I looked to this for the answer about whether the lights should be on all night or part of the night or dim or something like that, and didn't find the answer to the lighting.
right.
And then I thought, in reviewing this, there are a lot of things that are out of date, like the town, for instance, we don't have lifeguards anymore. We have something that's called a park attendant. They kind of police the park, police things that lifeguards would have, but they're not trained lifeguards. So I think it's good housekeeping to fix that, but there are other things in here too that probably should be reviewed by the commission. You don't have to get into it at length tonight, but you know, maybe talk about how you'd like to review that, maybe in sections or on your own, and then come back with notes.
How many pages is that document?
It's right here.
4 or 5?
It's in here.
Oh, I didn't print.
It's
I didn't-
not
okay, I didn't
the,
print
it's
that all out,
not
so.
the, it's in your.
Oh, geez, I didn't see
It's in your
that.
package.
So that's
My bad, sorry. I printed stuff out at home and I know I didn't get it all, so. All right, I mean, we can,
I do think that it is worth looking at some point, for sure.
I'm
Like,
okay.
I don't know if we review it all tonight. I don't really.
No, I was
We
gonna
should
say-
review on our own.
yeah, just
And then.
take
bring it
notes
back.
and meet
Monday,
back up
on
on the
Monday.
next meeting and see what we come up
And
with.
I'll do the same. I'll go
Okay.
through my things that I catch administratively.
Yep.
And then we could maybe segue into, once we've reviewed these, maybe what it is we would like to be put on signs that we're gonna get back up at some point.
Yeah, that's another thing I'd like to talk to you about, signs, like
Mhm.
I have.
It's been a topic for a very
Yeah,
long time.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
need to do it.
So maybe we can segue into that after this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
And then
I'll try and make it easier too.
to jump down to the next one, the concerns that you've had, are the lights left on all night
So-
long now?
They are currently, but they're, they're downward facing
Right.
lights, they're not light
Exactly.
polluting, creating lights, but there are some concerns from some abutters that the thought is that because the park closes at 10, the lights should go off at 10. I've heard both sides of this story, I'm just looking for some guidance from you folks, what your thoughts are, so I can kind of move forward.
I mean, the
with it.
park might close at 10, but that doesn't stop someone from
People
strolling
can
down
still-
through it.
It's not, like, businesses close at 10, but we don't shut down like
Right.
the
It's-
streetlights.
I just think
mean,
it's a safety issue.
I also think it's a vandalism issue. I think people don't,
Yeah.
I mean, it's lit up.
Well, if you have boats out in the water, they might use that.
Yeah.
As a beacon,
can-
yeah.
I don't think I support that concept. I really don't. I think that it is people still walk, people walk
Mhm.
through at night.
Yeah, I totally agree. Lights too, we're talking about lights, the park is technically open till 10, right?
Mhm.
And the boat ramp or the dock, I come in not a lot at night, but sometimes I stop in by boat, and it's pitch black down there. Pitch black, I mean, it's like black down there,
Yeah.
so I don't know. My wife is always like, patient, there's a light down there, or say.
I
or-
honestly think that we should have something more on the other side.
Yeah,
on
or
that
say it's
side.
closed or something, because it is really dark over
It is.
there.
There's nothing.
I
on
thought
that
there used to be
side.
a light over by the peninsula,
think
by the
there
boat
maybe
launch,
was
years
or
ago or
something.
something.
I don't remember, I don't know.
There are lights that we can put on the dock itself.
That's what I was.
Again, some downward facings, like you said, just a couple, just.
Just a little illumination, right?
Yeah, and when you do come in at night, because somebody shut the lights off on the bathhouse, because I used to, from the
Yes.
lakeside, you could see the red doors, they were beautiful.
Okay,
But then last summer, like some part of the summer, they were gone. And again, I'm like trying to find a place at night. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, we had an electrical gremlin late last summer.
yeah, and then it came
That's
back.
electric
Yeah,
eye,
yeah,
voltaic
yeah,
cell, turn them off, we had to bypass that, so that's essentially why park lights are on all the time, or on all night now. But I've heard both sides, of it, and if you're interested in just leaving those pathway lights on. if you
I
want
just see
folks to
somebody
do that.
stepping off, rolling an ankle, and then they're gonna say, why have the light, I don't know.
And I don't feel that it's, I know that like the Heritage Trust and whatever is really kind of trying to do like the dark sky, pollution there. But like, I don't feel that those lights are like a light pollution.
No, they were
They're
specifically
just-
bought for that
Yes,
reason,
And
right?
you know,
they are
sections of the
down,
park if
they're
you want it dark.
not, and,
Still dark.
people do, I don't go usually strolling through the park after 10 o'clock, but some people do, that's just, I would rather than be safe, it's a,
Yeah.
it should be,
I think so.
it's a public place in town.
Well, there, all right.
Do you want us to actually make a motion on
If
it?
you don't mind, that way I'll know the direction of the park commission, and I can pass that along.
We can do that. So under new business, under the town park pathway lighting, do I hear a motion?
I motion to keep the lights on all night as they are right now.
I'll second it.
Motion in a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? All right, so moved. Down to continuing business, is there anything new on any of those bullet points or?
I don't have anything new on the memorials, except that I did, in conversation, just briefly ask Larry Johannesson about the scenic byways plaques that you brought up at one of your previous meetings. All I have for information there is that they're quite expensive and they come out of Canada, that's about all I've learned from that. I don't have a lot more information on it.
Okay.
The comp plan directives, I had a question for the commission because I can't remember where you left off on that. Did you finish that exercise? There was a spreadsheet that had some like color coded blocks on it.
I don't believe so.
Okay, it's okay that you're not alone. I just wanted to check, see where you're at and maybe get you a copy of that going forward. It's actually kind of a fun exercise to go through and see which of those action items in the comp plan that are tasked to the commission. You can kind of, what I'm finding in a lot of places is we've accomplished a lot of those things in different committees and commissions. So it's a fun exercise to look at that. So I'll try to get those to you at a future meeting. And again, that's something you can do with pieces.
Yep, okay. Any updates on the Lake and
The
Library?
Lincoln Library, we talked about maybe a little bit of funding to get it going. That's still good.
Yeah, that's fine. Because we've had a vacancy for a while in the Parks and Rec budget, Parks and Rec department, there was some room in the budget this year and the programs lines to use for design or consulting for that
Okay.
project.
So-
We talked about a couple thousand, maybe $2,500
So,
with the DOT.
yeah, so we're talking about Larry Johannesson, the DOT guy that does the drawings and stuff, and he's trying to put together just a basic, well, design plan sort of, and Joe said that the town would come up to $2,000, $2,500 to get it, like, just get it kick-started, so
Okay.
design works can start working on it, so.
Right.
And then they'll get, we need it to be, you call it invoiced by
Yes,
latest by the end of June.
Right.
So we'll make
yeah,
sure.
our fiscal year ends June 30.
Right. And also the Heritage Trust has said that they're gonna kick in some money too. Not exactly sure how much, but they will too. I think, I really don't know. I'm not sure what to say, but they keep saying they will, so.
Very cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, so Jim.
So.
That's
Very close, baby. Don't worry about it.
awesome.
Don't understand yet.
And besides that, that was the only updates that I can.
And you had talked about incorporating maybe some of these memorial ideas into a couple of spots along the trail.
Yeah, because, we talked about, there's supposedly, if we get to the full completion of this trail, there would be 3 little pocket gardens around the trail. And if there were some benches there, if we could save money by having, if it would be a memorial bench, we'd say that we'd have to come up with a design for the bench. Say, if you want to have a memorial bench, you can buy one of these and we'll put it in one of these little mini parks. And we'd have like 3 of them. So we could offer 3 people that want to have a memorial bench that, we're not going to do memorial benches anymore, but we are going to do these 3 pocket gardens. They're going to have a bench.
This opportunity showed up. Right?
And yeah,
I wonder if that's something shot from America.
I mean, and me, I'd rather not see like a memorial bench that's like big words and stuff on it, just like a small plaque, like you see in a lot of.
If you look at Haley Pond Park, there are a couple of really high-end benches there that were donated or in memory of some folks. And they have a small inscription, but they're very, very durable, very nice looking, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Down the
Yeah.
road.
Right, down the road, yeah. So,
All right.
Can we just, really quick, go back to, so the plaques you were talking about were which ones that you had looked
They
into?
look like the ones, well, there's only one of them left hanging up, but they look like that and they're kind of at a 30-degree angle on the granite post. You see
Okay.
them on the byway. There's one right now by the bathhouse.
Yes,
I mean,
and so
yeah.
we had talked about putting those,
I think you talked about one of them on the point or the peninsula, somewhere out there.
oh, yes, because that was one of the things we were looking at.
And then
as a
maybe, having a
memorial.
list of names. put
Yes,
on it.
okay. I just couldn't remember.
So they were kind of all centralized.
Yeah, and maybe if you don't go that way, maybe you just do like a weatherized metal where you can put bronze plates on, so people can, like you do on the bench, but just you could list so many rows across on that or something. Same look, but it might be a little cheaper than those guys.
and then again, to tie it all in with these 3 little pocket garden things we're talking about, same sort of thing. If we had enough money, if it works out someday, when I'm 95 years old, we have like, a couple of those granite posts with the, a picture of what the hotel used to look like across the way, you know? And have that match what you're talking about on the point, not just something different, you know, they all kind of be sort of the same. I mean, we're, you know, we're still in the baby step mode, but yeah, things are moving along. We'll see what happens when it hits Steinworks, you know, and they come up with some design ideas, so.
Playground layout, are we in line now with them?
Yeah,
We submitted our letter?
the only thing that I'm working on still is with code enforcement in terms of permitting, making sure that we've got the right local and then state permit by rule materials in place. That's pretty much it. Funding is still intact. And then, as you know, the board has approved that design, so they're all in favor of that. It's a matter of getting the permitting lined up, and I talked to Eric. And he's thinking that it would make, and I agree with him, it would make sense to do as much groundwork as we can, like after Labor Day, get that set up, knowing that the materials won't hit the ground yet, so probably early November. But the thing, the hurdle I want to get over right now is the permitting, make sure that we're okay with setbacks and zoning and all that stuff.
Yep.
We're not exempt from it just because we're a town. I want to make sure that we're squared away. Carl and I are working on that, so.
That's exciting.
Any further talk on the dock?
I
Like
just
the-
wrote that down.
That's a very good question. Trying to remember where I left off with you. The company that, yeah, I think you know this, the company that was scheduled to do it or planning to do it, couldn't do it this winter. They've offered to do it next winter. The board has asked me to kind of follow up on the contract end of that. I've sent over a draft, updated contract. I have not heard back yet, and I probably won't push on that too hard.
But that we talked about a fence being like that rubberized instead of the snow fence.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do need to follow
oh,
up.
it's all right. but it's-
Chain link code.
Yeah,
fence, yeah,
something like that, yeah.
something that looks, yeah.
I just thought of it
Some- yeah,
today because I
something
was
like that.
practicing driving the brick again.
Thank you.
Like a spray paint kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. To let you guys know, I talked to Cash, finally. He understands, obviously, he hasn't made a meeting in however long. He said if we needed him to fill a seat, he's more than welcome to keep his name on there, but he understands everything. And if we have somebody else, if somebody else wants to be on the board, he has no problem stepping aside. Obviously, he's missed more than the 4 meetings that are written into the law. So if we have someone that is interested that we want to do a write-in for, that would be the time to put thinking caps on this.
Did John Russell's.
Brittany.
Oh, Brittany,
Brittany.
could reach out to her.
Yeah, she had interest right
Yeah,
earlier
we
on.
talked, or somehow we talked, or.
Yeah,
maybe
you
somehow.
had mentioned that, Jay.
Yeah, I think, you know,
We could, let's see if I can ask her.
yeah. Did you do it?
I had one more thing too. The Girl Scouts yesterday cleaned up Haley Pond Park. They took all the trash and stuff. So I didn't know if there was like something, could we send like the Girl Scout troops a thank you with like official? Is that something you guys do when people like
Yep.
clubs and stuff volunteer?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, it can be from the park commission,
okay,
but I'll make sure that the board of selectmen is aware of it.
okay.
So publicly.
Yeah, but they were even, I mean, they just did from, you know, the wall over and they went in the water and got those floating trash. They dog poop bags that people left behind. They were out there for almost 2 hours.
Do you mind emailing me a quick blurb?
No, Not at all.
So I get all the,
It'll be tomorrow, is that okay?
yeah, no.
That's
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know, maybe a couple days, you'd be okay, yeah. The town cleanup day, right, is coming up to,
Yeah, it's
Just hold
May
on.
6th and 7th, I think. I think
Yeah.
Tracy's got it posted on the social media.
I'm bringing middle school softball, middle school
Oh.
softball team to do
Awesome.
it as a service thing too.
So Saturday?
One thing about Haley Park, while we're talking about it, so I took the greenery off the you know, the gazebo,
Oh, yes.
you know, I
Yeah.
figured, you know.
I just took
almost
mine off
mad.
yesterday at my house.
The lights I left on the posts. I mean, we've been kind of doing it on our own the last couple of years, so I feel like, you know, just
the lights wrapped in,
The lights wrap.
on the post, I think that's a good look.
Yeah, and I just unplug them. If somebody wants to plug them, should I plug them in? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what.
It's not really up to me really, but.
Well, and right now we kind of don't have a park.
Right, I mean, if you folks, yeah.
I mean, if it's dark and I'm over there, I'll plug them in. It's
I mean,
not hard for me to walk over.
I know, I mean, if you wanna just, I mean, you're right there. If you wanna just plug them in, leave plugged in, it's up to you. I just didn't feel like with my
Yeah.
place to do it, you know. so.
Throw them on a timer.
Huh?
Throw them on a timer.
I thought of that too, yeah. Actually, I do have a timer. I can do that.
Oh.
I'll take care of that.
Just a
Okay.
suggestion, I don't know.
Yeah, I got an extra timer. All right,
We're all
I'll do
week,
it.
that's fine.
You know, Jim, you're just full of ideas.
Tonight, jeez.
Yeah, man.
God, so, May 18th, next one.
Yes, I'm just gonna look at something really quick.
Anything else anybody wants to bring forward?
I will not be able to make the May 18th
I don't think
meeting.
I can be the 18th either.
I will be in Stratton coaching the game. I
Let's
will not be able
I can do.
take a look, see.
Oh, no, I'll be here. Sorry.
to. So you guys, if
Alright.
somebody just wants to write the minutes and
I can do
you guys
that.
can
I can
also
take
be
over
here.
that part. And
I
I'll
just
write them.
won't- I just won't be here.
Yeah, and then give them to you.
Just wanted to find out the quorum right now versus, but yes, I will be at a softball game, so.
Oh, does that
Oh,
mean
yeah,
there's a
well,
baseball
the
game?
18th, no,
Oh, I won't be here on the 18th.
I won't be here either.
People.
What about the 17th? Does it have to be on a Thursday?
It's something that
I got something on my calendar too. Oh, it's right, park commission.
Wait, I have something on my, oh, wait, that's right, here, yes. I could
We can
do-
bump it a week again. I don't care. If you want to go a week early, I don't care.
Or we could do a day earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I
whatever.
could, as of right now, I could come on the 17th.
I'm fine with May 17th.
I'm not sure about this.
What's the 17th ordinance committee? They meet here, Joe?
They do.
Go the 16th?
I'm fine with the 16th.
Yeah, I can do that.
Right now,
16th,
again, yep,
park commission.
so we're gonna put it in as May 16th.
5 PM.
That work, Joe?
Sewer commission is what, the second Tuesday, right? Not the third.
Yeah, there's no doubt on the 16th, so it's
All right,
all,
should be all set. then.
okay.
If there is a question, yeah, just shoot it out to us.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll look over these things and come back and talk about them.
There you go. So, motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I don't know what I just did on my phone, but I think I sent everybody something, so I apologize.
Shelley.
Nice.
Said
Shelley,
send to
Shelley.
People. I don't know if I did that. I don't know if you're the people.
Somebody somewhere got something.
What time are you officially calling?
I got, what do we got here? 5:27?
Looks like it. Got a motion, is there a second?
Oh, who made the motion?
You did.
Oh, I did, yes.
Jim seconded it.
Yes.
Any other discussion? That's a wrap. All right, all in favor? Done.
Okay, so
Call it.
we'll talk to Brad.